Hey, Galena. Just give me a minute here. I still got to go get my juice, too, so I can talk. Let's see, where's the... Hang on, guys. I got to do all the settings. Okay, if I go over here, my camera has to go that way. Because it's opposite. Opposite day. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so hi, Ian. Hey, Julie, Robin, Melody. Hey, Melody. Jam, Stars, Joey. I don't know if you yeah, you got my message. I'm going to do my books on Monday. The only way I could stream today is if I worked on this. So the books I'm going to do on Monday, I already sent out an email. Well, not an email, a YouTube. I don't know if anybody got it because it was like a test thing. Oh, try this. Send out a YouTube notification thing. So I tried it. I don't know if it worked, but I sent out a YouTube notification that we're going to be doing the books on Monday. Hi, Tony. Hey, wee hootie, Suze, Pacola. So, yeah, so the books that Melody sent, we're going to do a full thing on Monday because I have to get some art cards made. So, and I'm doing art discs today. So, hey, Miss Nobody. Hey, Robin. So let me say good morning to everybody. I set this out because it takes an automatic thumbnail. So I thought I'd go ahead and just lay these out for a minute. So I'm going to be making some, it's like art cards, but they're discs. All right, let's see here. Let's adjust. And you did see the notification? Okay, good. Because it was like a test thing. Try this out and see if it works. Can y'all hear me okay? I don't want to talk too loud. I did turn my levels down. So, okay, Ian. Yeah, I'm going to be right back too, guys. I'm going to run get some juice so my voice doesn't go. So just give me 1 second. Okay. Thanks, Julie. How's everybody doing? How's everybody that might be in the path of the hurricane staying safe? Of course, if you're in the path of the hurricane, you're probably not here because you wouldn't have any electricity even if you didn't evacuate. I showed them briefly Pacola on Wednesday. Yeah, I showed them briefly so you can at least see a little flip of them from the show before this one. So, yeah, the only way I'm able to stream today is if I work on this. That's the only way I can stream. Only way I can stream today. Yeah, so I'm going to do a complete walk through the books on Monday since I already told everybody it would be on Monday. I don't want to change that now. Plus, I have to work on this. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then we'll go through the books on a more thoroughly on Monday. Hi, Sharon, Sandra. I've only had a chance to really look at the first one. I've just been so busy. I haven't had a chance to really do much with it, but I did go through well, I started reading the first one, but they're all fabulous. Hey, Shauna, Rosetta, or Rose Rasta. Is it Rasta? Yeah, Rasta. Hey, Kenny. Got to get my voice going here. Hey, Kat, Miranda. Let's see who else I'm missing. I'm sure I'm missing some people. So it's an impromptu, so it'll probably be a slower day today, chill day. And hey, Tammy. I did tweet, but, you know, Fridays are my impromptu. If I do a Friday show, it's like I let y'all know that Friday morning. That's and I almost didn't stream today. I told Hubster, I said, I don't know. I got so much to do. I got to go make these art cards. And he goes, well, just go make them on camera. So that's what we're going to do today. Hey, Penny, Charlotte, Tammy. Oh, thanks, Julie. So the first thing I'm going to do, I just, like I said, I laid all this out so that it would take a thumbnail. So I did, last night, I did start some of the spackle. Why is it dark right here? Why am I dark right here? Let's see, do I turn on another light? Oh, I don't know if that's going to, there we go. That's a little better. It's sunny out, but it's not coming through yet. There we go. That's better. Hi, Terry. Everybody coming in. So I cut some discs, and they are, I believe, they're just whatever the largest size is here, 3.5. They're 3.5, and I just hand cut them. They don't have to be perfect because they're going to be spackled and painted. Spackled and painted so that it doesn't matter if they're perfect. So these are going to be for my giveaways and my thank yous. And so I'm just thought I would try some different ones rather than just the art cards. It's still dark down here. Hi, Zeely, Simone, Judy. Anybody else I'm missing? Thanks for being here. So these I spackled last night. So I did 12 of them. So I can work on these this morning because it has to dry for some hours. It doesn't necessarily have to be overnight, but it does need a good probably 6 hours. So I did these last night. These are the ones I'm going to work on this morning. But I am going to go ahead and spackle these. Now, I don't know how interesting this will be because it's just the process. So, and I'm just using DAP's crackled, this is called Crack Shot. It's just spackling. And I just use the DAP brand. So you can see I've dug into quite a bit of it there already. When you do use your spackle, make sure you put this lid on. I mean, almost stand on it to make sure it's airtight. If you don't, you'll open your jar and the whole thing will be hard as a rock. You have to make sure the lid is on tight. Just saying. Ask me how I know. Not this batch, but a batch some years ago. Yeah, and if y'all talk to me, use all caps. Okay, so I'll just talk out what I'm doing here. So this stage, these are already ready for me to work on. These are the ones that have to be spackled. So why is it? There's a dark. Where's that dark coming from? It's just really dark right there. I got the window open. Maybe if I bring this light down, let's see if that helps. Rearrange the lighting. I don't know. No, that's going to give shadow. Okay, that's not going to work. I think I just need to put the sun, go stream outside. There we go. It's the color of your circles outside here. I don't know what that means, Sandra. The color of your circles? You'll have to explain that. Hey, Kim. So I'm just going to take some of the spackle on a little palette knife here. And what I do is I just run it around the edges like this. And you can put as much or as little. I like kind of a little bit of thickness, but not too much. But anyway, so what I'm starting as a base is 2 pieces of cardstock. Sorry, guys. Let me get a sip of juice. When I first start talking in the morning. It's black outside. I don't know what you mean. You can also, yeah, thank you, Aunt B. So this is just 2 pieces of cardstock. It is a piece of black cardstock and a piece of white cardstock, both cut out and glued together. And I hand cut these, so you can see they're not perfectly glued together, but that doesn't matter because I'm doing this to them and I'll be painting the backs. So it's not going to matter if they're not perfectly edged out. So just make sure I get it off the back. So that's essentially what I do. Oh, it's dark there. Oh, Sandra. Okay, it's dark where you are. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm just going to, these will sit for a while. Probably by the time I'm done streaming, these will be ready, or close to being ready by the time I get the other batch done so that I can work on the next batch. So like I said, these are for thank yous and giveaways. I just wanted to do something a little different on this batch instead of just plain art cards. And I have a couple other people that I'm sending thank yous to. And that's what I'm doing these for. It's kind of like my thank you cards. So, yeah. So there we go. Okay, Melody. Sleep well. Remember, I'm going to show your books on Monday because I already told everybody that's when I was going to do it. So, yeah. I'll show them on Monday, and hopefully I'll have a chance to look through them over the weekend. Like I said, I started the first one, and I'm reading the profiles. Each book has 50 artist profiles, and so I'm reading the profiles as well as looking at the eye candy of the books. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Melody sent us a set. There's 5 in the set of Sketching from the Imagination books. And I showed them briefly on Wednesday. And I sent out a picture of them on my email. It's like, not an email, a YouTube like notification. And we'll show them all on Monday. So, yeah. Because I already told everybody I was going to do it on Monday, so I didn't want to change that. Plus, I had to do this. So sleep well, Melody. And thank you again. Okay, so just kind of like that. And what I'm going to do in the middle is just like I do my art cards. Here's some ones that we did. These are the ATCs that we did. Some of them last week, I think. So essentially, we're going to do kind of like this, except I'm not going to have like an Egyptian theme thing in the middle. I'm going to do my space. I'm going to do something more like this. I got some started laid out. But I do want the metal look. But I might go with silver. I might go with silver edging on these because if I have them in space, I think silver would be cool. Silver metallic. What do y'all think? Silver metallic edging. Hey, Joyce. Well, it's early for you, too. My West Coast girls. So, yeah. So, what's everybody doing this weekend? I want to hear y'all's weekend plans. I hope everybody that has family in the coast, the East Coast where the hurricane is, I hope all your families are okay and safe. Ian, you got any more art projects this weekend, painting or shows or anything like that? If y'all missed it, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Ian, you'll see Ian there, one of the mods, if you want to go to his YouTube channel. He did do a little video of his art show, and then at the end of that video, he also showed him, after he got home, doing some painting. It's really awesome. So do you have any new art plans, Ian? They look like a cookie with icing. Kinda. It's kind of the same thing, crafting. Hey, Tanya. Who else? I'm sure I'm missing. Hey, Terry, Darkened Lady. Remember, guys, put it in caps if you're talking to me. So, because I'm kind of not staring at chat, you know, trying to get these frosted. So, yeah, I need to make some. I should probably, let's see, I need a place probably on the floor to put these. Let's see. Let me get a piece of parchment paper so I can put them on the floor next to me. Since the cats are not in here. Okay, so let's put these on the floor. There we go. All righty. Those are the ones I'm going to work on. Do they make black spack? No, well, I don't really want them black because I'm painting them metallic. And then the ones I'm doing with the little comic book ones, those are going to be bright colors. I could start those, but I haven't spackled those yet either. But they're going to be, these right here, they're going to be small. These little ones, making these small little discs. And the edges of these are going to be bright red, yellow, blue, bright comic colors on these. So I don't really care if the spackle is black. I think you could probably, you know, mix it with something, but it's, you know, let's just keep it simple. I'm going to be sleeping and practicing shading this weekend. Hey, Bob. That'll be good, Galena. Sleep is good. Yeah, so these are going to be metallic because they're going to be this outer space. They're going to be like my art cards. You know, the art cards that I make. They're not always outer space, but that's my favorite theme. Little nebulization cards, as we like to call them. So, yeah. So you can see it's how thick it is. Now, you don't really want too much of peaks because they'll break off. And the other thing that helps with the spackle, the other thing that helps it from cracking off is after I'm done, they get, where's those ones? Oh, here. I varnish them. So the varnish, see the varnish? It keeps the spackle secure, if you will. In a kit and Clouder class, going to be practicing. I don't know what kind of class that is, Stars. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. What kind of class is that? And practicing what? Hey, AJ, Rebecca. I look up and see more people coming in. Zelia's coloring in a movie. Not together. Natalie. Oh, well, congratulations, Natalie, on your first grandbaby. That's always exciting. Congratulations. Oh, thanks, Terry. And they're all, you know, they're all different. So, you know, when I make a batch, like when I make 6 or 12, depending on, you know, if I'm here or by myself, will depend on how many I'm making. If I'm here making them, I usually make about 8, 6 to 8. If I'm by myself, I'll make 12, 20 at a time. And the batches tend to all kind of either be the same color family, the same theme. That it's just easier to make a bunch of them when you kind of stick to one theme or one color wave or something like that. So, yeah. Hey, Dot. Hey, Janet. Yeah, I told the girls I need to make these. I'm making art discs, Janet. And so I said, well, if I might as well just go ahead and make them on camera. I'll have, you know. But I had to get them done because I want to get these out, you know, by Monday. So, and it usually takes, with all the process, you know, the spackling, you know, yesterday I cut out, I don't know, maybe 12, 20, maybe about 30, maybe cut out about 30 discs, 25, 30. I cut those out, twice, black cardstock and white cardstock, and then I glued them all together. And then last night I spackled these so I could work on them today. The ones I'm spackling now will have to dry for a few hours. Then I do the collaging. I've got a couple little pieces set out here. Then I do the collaging, the painting the edges, varnishing, turning them over, painting the backs, signing them, dating them, and all that. So it takes a couple days. It takes a couple days to make a batch of art cards. Well, and so I had to do these today. I'm a machine. I don't know about that, Janet. I just keep at it. It's just like I just keep at it. Hubster came by last night and saw the art room light on. He goes, "What are you doing in here?" I said, "I'm spackling cards to work on tomorrow." He went, "Okay." It's like, all right, that's no big surprise there. So yeah. And then, like I said, guys, if you're just coming in Monday, we're going to do Melody's books that she sent me. We're going to do those on Monday. So if you got the little test YouTube notification thing that said that, because that was just a thing that popped up in my YouTube notifications. Do you want to notify your friends that what you're going to be doing and let them know? So I said, well, okay, let me try this. And apparently, at least the ones some of y'all said, yeah. Now, Zeely, people are doing ATC. They're calling them ATC coins, and they're 2.5 inches. So they're small. They're 2.5 inches wide. These are 3.5. So the discs that people are doing, they're calling them coins, ATC coins. They are like, which one's 2.5 here? This size. They're that size right here. 2.5, because that's the width of an ATC. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. So the coins that they're doing are 2.5. That's this size. I'm doing them this, there it is, this size. So mine are 3.5. So here's the ones that most people are making, and I'm doing them this big. We're celebrating a 40th anniversary on Sunday, going to church out to lunch. Oh, awesome. Congrats. 40 years? 40 years of, y'all have been married 40 years, Norma? Is that what you were saying? I'm waiting on Norma. Hey, Mark. I might make you one, Mark. Oh, Rebecca, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for your inspiration. And thank you so much, all you that super chat. These are the kind of things I send out for my thank yous. So even if I do have your address, guys, if you send me a super chat or PayPal tip jar, email me your address again. Or if you put any money in the tip jar, put your address on the PayPal tip jar comments. But if you do super chat, I don't have any way of knowing your address. So you have to email me your address if you want a thank you card, a thank you art card or disc or something. So make sure that you email me. Thanks, Rebecca. That is so sweet. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody. It really helps. And I think the next thing I'm going to look into is, and I'm just not sure exactly what to get. I don't have room in here for those huge studio lights. You know what I mean? I have a little ring light here, but I think that's the next thing. Y'all bought me my new microphone. So I might do something with lighting. Yeah, email me to somebody. You have my email, Rebecca? I think you've sent me your address before, but just do it again so that I don't miss anybody. I write everybody down. I have a little book. I write down when I send things out. I'm very organized that way. And I'm very, I grew up to be very, you send thank you notes, you are appreciative. And yeah, no, it's not necessary. People go, oh, you don't have to do that. But, you know, in my world, it is. In my world, it is necessary. So I'd still wait for Norma to see what if she's talking about her 40-year marriage. Oh, there it is. 40 years with same hubby. He's my Mr. Wonderful. Oh, congratulations, Norma. That is awesome. 40 years. What a milestone, right? What a milestone. You have 7 more, Kenny, to get to 40. Congratulations, guys. Sorry, let me get a drink of juice again here. You're getting braver in your art? Good, Rebecca. What do you work? What do you do? What do you work on? Or what do you been working on, I should say? Let me put some more of these on the floor over here on my parchment. So I have some more room. Sorry about the squeaky chair, but it's my comfortable squeaky chair. It's got duct tape all over it, but I love it. Oh, you did, Terry? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not far from me. Julie went to 3 weddings last year and didn't even receive a thank you note. Oh, see, that's just not right. You go to a wedding, give gifts, and you don't even get a thank you note, Julie Topaz. Well, I don't know. Coloring and drawing and taking a paint. Oh, a painting class. What kind of painting? Oil, acrylic, watercolor. What kind of painting are you taking a class? Judy. I've been working on laying flat on my back. Oh, Kenny, I'm sorry. You had a fall? Girl. Some of you girls, I don't know about you. Although I can't really say anything. I took a fall outside a couple weeks ago, remember? Well, it's probably been closer to a month now. Doesn't seem that long ago, but acrylic focusing on portraits. Awesome. Will they let you use pencils on top of it? Or do you have to use all acrylic? See, I'm a mixed media person. I'll use whatever works. And so I'm sure they want you to use all acrylic, but yeah. Awesome. How fun. Yeah, Robbins goes, no pity, Kenny, but do take care. It's no fun to have a fall. I don't think I ever had a bad as a fall as that one I did outside over the sidewalk. The sidewalk that's raised above, like it's the blocks of sidewalk. One is raised up about an inch, and I tripped over it. Oh my gosh, I body slammed onto that on the sidewalk. It was pretty bad. Ian, you can do it. What is Ian? I missed what Ian's doing. What is Ian? Is he talking about an art, something he's doing? I just saw Ian, you can do it. That's all I saw. First bad fall too. I know it was scary, right, Kenny? It's like so, it's like so unexpected. It's like, what? How'd that happen? Where'd that come from? Yeah, gravity is not our friend. Exactly, Sandra. The good one. No, not when you go on a tumble. And, you know, the thing is I wasn't expecting it. So I didn't, you know, like brace myself. Was probably good because I did land on my wrist, but I didn't brace myself, you know, so it didn't like snap back. Hey, Sunny D. Good morning, Dee Dee, and everyone. Hope you all have a good Friday. Yeah, that's what we're hoping, everybody, too. And if anybody has family in the path of that hurricane, y'all, you know, stay safe and your families. Janet, I don't know. I haven't heard back from her on her family. But, hey, Button. Well, but you're not falling, are you, Button? I think you'd know if you fell. I hope you would know if you fell. And I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at myself just as much. So, okay. So there we go. I got all the second batch. Let me get a baby wipe here. Apparently doorways and walls attack. Well, you know what? My cats, they're always under my feet. So I'm bumping into walls too because I'm trying to avoid tripping over the cats. And the wall usually helps me to prevent that. This morning, other than sand filling the carport, no worse than last March. They're fine. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness, Janet. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Rebecca. Rebecca said, I've decided to add color pencils, even if I have to do it at home later. Yeah. Say thank you, teacher. It was an awesome class. I loved it. I'm going to go home and change it. Hey, it's your art, right? If you're taking a class and you're paying for it. Okay. So now I've got everything. Let me put these on the floor here. Got my parchment paper on the floor. And those will dry for a few hours. So now I'm going to put this on here, and again, guys, I'm gonna put my heel to it. I'm gonna not really stand on it, but step on it real tight because you want that nice seal. Otherwise, I'm telling you, trust me, this will dry out so fast. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the ones I did last night that are dry, and they have a little bit of crumbly to them, but by the time I'm done painting, varnishing, and all that, they'll be fine. Now, I wouldn't try to bend them. If you get one of these in the mail, don't go, it'll crack. It'll break. Okay. Another surgery. Moving. A year without surgery? Oh, my gosh, wee hootie. Hey, G. Well, I hope that corrects your situation, Judy, because you've been suffering with that shoulder for years. Seriously. Come back there. So if you're just joining me, this is what I had to do today. And I said, well, you know, I might as well just turn on the camera while I'm working on them. All right, so let's go ahead and lay out. I got 12 of them here. I don't know if I can, yeah, they should all fit in the camera. So I'm calling on my, let's put 4 in a row. Let's move that. My art discs instead of art cards or art coins. You know, people are doing art coins that are like 2.5 inches. These are 3.5 inches. So let me see if I have one that's 2.5 so I can show you the difference. I think this is a 2.5 one. Let's make sure. Okay, so this is the size of the art coins people are making. And of course, it's hard to tell now that I've painted that black. So you can see how much bigger these are. Art planets, that's good too. I'm calling them art discs. And I started calling them that because remember, I don't know if y'all were here, I didn't do this on camera, but I did post pictures of it. I'm making these art discs this size. And this is essentially what I'm going to do here, except this doesn't have spackle on it. I just have silver paint. So I want to do clock backs, like the back clock. behind the clocks, and just like little ticks for, 12, 3, 6, and 9. And this is where I cut out, where I put my cat's photo. Well, I actually put it over the top of my iPad. So I took a picture of my cat, made the eye big, on the iPad, laid this over the iPad so it looked like the cat's eye was glowing, like light in it. And then I photographed this with the iPad behind it with the cat eye in here. Now, I'm not doing that to these, but that's how I did this one. And so they're my discs. I showed y'all, I think it's in the other room. I'll maybe go get that in a minute. My layouts, all my ideas of how I was watching a show on discs throughout history and throughout the world. And so I started taking notes. I'll go get it. Hang on. It's in my idea collector notebook. Hang on. So it's in one of my idea collecting notebooks, sketchbooks. This is sketches and ideas. It's just a 3-ring binder. Remember, guys, I just use 3-ring binders and copy paper. Let me just take them out. Ugh. Okay, so I was watching this show on discs. And that's where I got the idea to do that big one, clock size back one. So I started taking notes and started making thumbnails. So these are all my notes and thumbnails on ideas to do discs. And so this is what you do when you're watching the History Channel. And then I said, well, okay, well, I'm going to go make some. So I started with the circle. This is just the size of a plate. Cut out. I knew I wanted cutouts in them and have something light showing behind them. I didn't know if I was just going to paint the light or what. Well, then I decided I made this one a little smaller, and that's where I decided to put it over my iPad. My iPad's not in here, but let me just turn on my phone just so you can get the idea. I don't know if I have a cat eye right here. Let's see. Let me go to pictures. And let me see if I can find a cat eye here. I know I've got so many pictures of these cats, I tell you. Let me find a cat eye. Here's one. It's not. Okay, so here's some pictures of the cats, right? And so what I did, but the one I took was looking right at me. So what I did, though, is then I put the iPad, put this behind the iPad, and see how it kind of glows? It's better when it was bigger. But anyway, so I put that on top, and then I photographed this with the cat eye behind. It's kind of low tech, right? I'm sure there's digi ways to do that. Where's Eileen? She's probably thinking, oh my God, she went the long way. But I just wanted to test it, right? So that's what I'm doing my discs. And I have a stack of them all in different stages and stuff over here. So that's where I got the idea to do these little ones. That and the coins, people that are doing ATC coins. And I said, well, I don't want to do them quite that small, although I am doing some even smaller. These are going to call my comic charms. They're going to be like pictures of comics, and they're going to be like the charm size. They're really a little bigger than the charm size, because the charm size, hang on guys, all these explanations. The charms are kind of this size. Where's some more here? But I'm not making them, I'm not putting the rings and the what do you call it? The eyelets, because I don't know where any of my jewelry tools are anymore. I made these like 10 years ago, 10 years ago. So I don't even know where my jewelry findings and all that stuff is. Some of it I've given to Boo over the years. Hey, thanks, Judy. Thanks, AJ. Why don't you blow up the cat eye with white around the eye and collage on the back? Yeah, because there's something about the light of the iPad. It's not just white. it makes it look kind of a little bit of a glow. It's kind of hard to explain, which you could do easily digitally. But anyway, so these are a couple of the samples of the charms, right, that I did however many years ago. There's more in here. I got all kinds of different ones. Here's a little pink one with glitter in it. This one has glitter, stickles, and glitter. This was for Valentine's, a Valentine's Day charm. Some more in here. I got all kinds of them. Here's another Valentine. So you see the loopy bit right here is pink. So those are Valentine Day ones. So have a little bit of everything in here. They're all different sizes. Here's some small art cards. This is a size I usually give away. This is an ATC size. I have sizes by iCAD, not iCAD, but Rolodex. These are some that I did for Rolodex. See how tiny that is there? My little people. Yeah, so these are from a Rolodex thing. My box of goodies, yeah. I got a box of all kinds of this one. So I did this one in 2015. I think I did these Rolodex ones in 2015. Got a little stack of my business cards in there. Just a little bit of everything. All in different stages. All different stages of art cards. Here's some abandoned places ones I'm working on. These right here. Yeah. Here's postcard size ones. These are all 4x6. So this is all like in progress. And then along with these are further along in progress. So I got these going on. And this is just that little tray that if y'all were here a while back when I covered the inside of this tray, painted it black, and covered the inside of the tray with pretty scrapbook papers inside there. So that's another, those are all works in progress, or as we call them, whips. Okay, so you love making ATCs. G, yeah, G does a lot of, well, I don't know lately if she has. I'm about a month behind on her videos. I'm probably a month behind on everybody's videos. But yeah, y'all follow G Brody. She always has good little like traveler notebook size idea collector. She does Society of Idea Collectors. She has ATCs. She was doing a swap with somebody about a couple weeks ago. G's got some good stuff. You like, yeah, remember decorating the box? Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is start laying out some little collage stuff. So I think I'm going to, I don't have a lot of space here. So I want to plan it in each one, and I'm going to pencil and splatter and do stars and all that on these too. Maybe I should do the stars first. Maybe. And then I decided on a mountain. Of course, I love watches in my work. I like the element of time. I will do watch hands. So something kind of just like this. Not very complicated. But then I paint in there. I paint the sky, the nebula, the outer space. I paint rivers, water, the watch hands. And I paint all that by, just with acrylic paint. All right, so let me make sure there's no little crumbs, which, after you varnish, paint and varnish, the spackle is more secure. Right now, I could probably, I could pick this off, but once it's varnished and all, yeah. You're welcome, G. Everybody gets a mention here as long as they're not a, troll or a spammer, which you are neither. Okay, so I am going to, what do I want? I think I'll start with the splat. I think I'll get my stars in there. Let's just go and let me get my bucket of stars. Here we go. Where do you find all the watch pieces? Magazines. You can buy books on watches, but I get them usually out of magazines. Although, and Vicky, and it's so funny because Vicky BR was here the last couple, around this week, and she's had sent me a book on watch. Let's see here. Do I have it in here? Yeah, here's one. I'm pretty sure this is from Vicky BR. And it's been deconstructed. The covers are gone. I've used the covers for other projects. This is a whole book of watches. And you can see where I've torn out things out of it. Half the pages are torn in half or torn up. So, but there's also magazines. There are magazines. I know of at least 3 magazines that are out there. Watch Revolution, Watch, I forget the names of them because I just buy them to cut up. You know, but there's a magazine out there. If you like to do, I like to do time and space, but a lot of people like to do gardening, florals, animals, whatever you like to do. There's a magazine or a inexpensive coffee table book out there for you to use. I'm telling you, people, go on a hunt. All right, so I put some white paint in there. Where's my spritzer bottle? Let me add some water in here. And I'm just going to water down that paint a little bit. Let me get my, I'll get me a fluffy brush. And always get your brushes wet before you stick them in acrylic paint. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. So I'm going to water this down. Might even need to water a little bit more. We'll see. I'm going to, oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm a big of planets. So now I'm going to splatter. And you could always go in with a gel pen and do this individually. You don't like splatters all over your table or whatever. You can do this part with gel pens, and you know, you don't have to do splattering. To me, it just makes it look more natural than a bunch of little dots that you hand do. But you can do it just fine with the pen. Okay. Let me rinse the brush out. And sometimes they get a little, depending on how much water you have in your little bucket of stars, they can get a little washed out. So by the time I'm going in and doing the nebulas and color penciling and painting, I end up going over half of them again, you know, with pencil, and I just don't want a bunch of wet paint here. Okay. All righty. Let me check up on chat. Bringing my skizzer. You're bringing your scissors? Bringing your scissors to the doctor's office. Are you cutting things out, Bob? Okay. So again, all right, let me hit this with a heat gun so it dries faster. The only difference what I'm doing here, and if you weren't here, is I'm talking about it instead of just doing it. All right, so I'm going to pick up one by one and just hit them with the heat gun here. And the stars do take a minute because it's a little, you know, thicker. So it takes a minute to dry those. And remember, this spackle that's on these has sat on it overnight. So this spackle is not the ones that I just did. It takes a good few hours to make sure it's completely dry. These I spackled last night. That's probably not 100% dry, but all right. So now I think I'm going to lay out while they're kind of sitting up a little bit. I'm going to add some collage elements to it. Why is this side so dark? Does that need to be up a little? I don't know. Okay. Oh, and by the way, speaking of lighting, thanks guys. On Wednesday when everything looked fun, and it's not doing it today. But on Wednesday, on my end, it looked like the cat had licked the lens. That's how it looked to me. It had a fuzz over the the picture on my screen. But when I went back and looked at the recording, it wasn't there. So I don't know what that was. That gave me a film. It was like a fuzzy film over my screen, or just the pic. It wasn't like the chat. So it wasn't my computer in the sense of the computer lighting, because then that film would have been over the chat too. And it wasn't over the chat or anything else. It was just on my view, on my video view window. So I don't know what that was, but I went back and checked on the recording and it wasn't there. So thanks, everybody. No, it wasn't the monitor, Rick, because it wasn't on the chat. So if it was on the whole monitor, it would have been on the chat, on the sidebar of the chat. Because see, I got my window, my video window. We're here where we are. And then I have the chat on the side. And the chat was not fuzzy. So I don't know what it was. Okay, so now let's go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to want to half a watch, because I'm going to put a mountain, a watch, and a planet on each one. And then the rest will be done. Waterfalls, the nebula, anything else, the watch hands, that's all going to be done. And the watch hands, I don't care where they fall really, because I'll black that out. I'll black out the watch hands and put them where I want them to go. Okay, so, but each one is going to have a watch. And see, I cut some mountains out here out of the little book that Eileen sent me. So I'm going to tear them down. And I always tell y'all, when you're doing collage, it's easier to paint, to blend. When you go to do the blending with the paint, it's always easier to blend your collage elements when they're torn rather than cut. Now these I cut because I did want a nice sharp edge, but even that I can still put edging and stuff like that. So here's a little piece of a mountain. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put my watch there, and I want a little bit of a, I'm going to have to cut some more marbles or some kind of something. So this is kind of a start right there. Okay. And then I'll go back. I do it like an assembly line. So I made the discs. I spackled the disc. I splattered the disc. Now I'm going to lay out the collage. Then I'll glue on the collage. Then I'll probably do the silver. I'll do the silver on the spackle. And then I'll go in and individually paint waterfalls, pencil in nebulas, fix the watch hands, and I'll do that, all that. So it's quite the process. I'm not going to lie. It is a lot, and it does take some time. There's a couple more watches. Let's see what mountain here. Do I want this one? And I might just trim the top of the mountains too, just to get the top there. Tear it down a little. That one's a little big. Let's tear it down a little more. Tear it down a little more. Let me see. Maybe I'll zoom in one here because it's a little far. Is that better, guys? See a little better? Okay, Kim. Okay, so let's see. And then I'll go back, and do the, what do you call it? Details. And I'll go back and do details. So I'm going to have to go and cut some more marbles out. I don't have to use marbles. It can be anything. And you can get books on marbles if you want to do that. But Suze sent me 2, and I've used those babies up. I don't know if Suze is still here, but thank you, Suze. And so here's one I cut out, a tiny one, because I knew how tiny this was going to be, right? Oh, wait, this one needs one. All right, so let me go ahead and lay out some mountains in each one. And again, I'm going to put little waterfalls and little things, water splashing down. And all those little things are, for me, the fun parts. Hey, yeah, Sue's sent me these marble books. But remember, I showed you guys whether you punch them out or cut them out. These I cut out. But if you just punch them out, let me get a piece of, see, here's where I've been using these right here, right? But you don't have to have marbles. You can use, and I've shown you all this before. Let me find a piece of collage, something. Here we go. All right, so here's some pieces of fractal. And I don't have a punch this small, but I'm just going to use an example here. Oh, wait, I do know those are stars. So looking at my punches here. That one's too small. Okay, so if you're doing like like I do my abandoned places, an art journal or whatever, it doesn't have to be a marble. If you have a punch, or you can just draw it with the template and then, you know, cut out or punch out a planet like that. It doesn't have to be a marble. Okay, just FYI. The books are good for fussy cutting practice. That's true. So it doesn't have to be a marble. You can use something just like this that has a design on it. And now, of course, this is too big for the project I'm doing. But just cut it smaller. Like that. See? And that's a perfectly good planet. All right, let's keep rolling here. Let's get another mountain. This is my theme I'm doing today. The mountains, waterfall, and space. Let's see. Oh, I need another brighter color. Let's go with this one. And you'll see when I go to paint these in, they'll blend. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, it's an impromptu Friday. It is Friday, right? Yeah, this track of days. Actually, I think this one might be better up here. That blue there and that pink with that one. I like that better. All right, so let's put some more watch parts. This is a little big. I'm going to trim this one down a little. So this is just your fussy bit. The two ways to do. Oh, thanks, Pacola. You're so sweet. Yeah, some of these are going for thank yous for different things. And then I'm also making another batch of plain art. You know, well, I say plain. They're not plain. They're the same kind of thing. Okay, let's see. These are going to be too dark. Here's another one. There's a little planet there. These are too dark for this project. Let's go with a little. Okay, there's another one here. 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 Okay, need two more. Two more watches. Here, I got my book right here. Let me just pick out a couple. So I don't like to hear book pages rip. Cover your ears. All right, let's go with this one. It's a little big. I'll have to cut this down a little. Okay. All righty. Maggie's Emmy Shooters and Swirls purchased on the you purchased the used ones. Yeah. Boo. I call you Boo. Sue. I guess I have Boo on my mind. Boo's my granddaughter. Guess I have her on my mind this morning. Sue's got a used bookstore. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down in half. It's still a little big. I think I'll cut off the calendar part here. And that would be a good arch, though, too. I do kind of like that idea. Maybe I'll do these a little different. Sometimes I use the circles from the watches. I'll do these a little different. Hey, Marie, how you doing? Got the grands this morning, Marie? We'll do a couple like this with a planet inside the circle. All right, let's see. Let's cut a couple more of these bright ones out. Here, let's go with the area right in here. You can just draw these, use a template. You know, I have my template right here. These are, of course, too big, but I have a smaller template. So this baby is, I can't even tell how old this is. Look at it. Bless its heart. All right, there's that one. And then here's a little bit of blue and purple right there. We'll go with that. On Amazon, yeah. Yeah, on Amazon. She ordered it through Amazon. Okay, let's go there. And let's see, I need a couple more mountains. Let me look at my little mountains here. You'll see okay? I'll hold them up when I paint them and stuff. All right, let's move all these little bits. All right, I need 2, 3 more planets. Another mountain here. Okay, I like this one. Okay. And I'm going to paint all this in, so they'll be blended into the background. All right. So, yeah, is anybody working on anything specific today? I know I heard y'all say some of the stuff you're doing over the weekend. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Let's look at my marbles here. Got all my marbles. Let's look at this sheet. So next week we'll be doing a lot of different things. Monday, I'm going to show Melody's books that she sent us in more detail. And, of course, she sent the mermaid book. We need a color in that, too. And I want to continue working in that other page in the it's not myth, you know, what is it called? The animals, this one? Mythographic. In the mythographic that Kenny sent. And I think we will do a giveaway. She sent an extra one of those next Wednesday. We'll give away on that next Wednesday. So we'll plan on that anyway. That will be the plan. Did you sleep Wednesday night? Or did you stay up all night reading those books? No, I don't ever stay up all night. I can't. I don't. I don't stay up all night. Sometimes I stay up late if there's something on TV I'm like really into or something. But I read every night anyway. Hupster and I go to bed every night and read. Let's see. I think I want. So I'm already reading at night. Hang on. There's Denise. Let me tell her I'm streaming. Hey, what's going on? I am streaming. What are you doing? Are you on the way to work? Okay. Something up? Did you try to call your daddy? If you just want to talk. Go ahead and call him. I don't think he's out for a walk right now. I think he's downstairs. All right, honey. Bye. Denise sometimes calls one or both of us on her way to work when she's driving to her community. So I am reading the first one. I am in the middle of reading. Well, not the middle of the book, but I'm reading the first one because I want to read every profile of every artist. So 5 books, 50 artists in each one. So 50 times 5. So that's 250 profiles. 250 profiles to read in those books. Norma says later today, I'm going to work with new stencils I got from Sandra in my art journal. Yeah, I got to catch up on, I guess, Joan. Well, let's see. Xander probably showed them. I don't know if she has Joan's new stencils yet, or she's working with Jane Davenport stencils. But Patty Tolly Parrish, I think every night this week. Is it every night this week? Somebody might know. Patty is showing the new ice stencils, of which Joan has designed some. But I'm not sure on the time because I can't make it live. So, yeah. But I think she showed some last night. I think Jean streamed, and I was at half of Jean's stream. And I got called away. But the name of the books, Rick, they are, do I have one in here? They are, I have 4. I have the one I'm reading's in the other room. So I'll show you the 4 that are in here. They're all called Sketching from the Imagination. The first one I have is Sketching from the Imagination Ideas or something like that. It's in the other room. Then I got Sketching from the Imagination Dark Arts. And look how big they are. Big, thick books. Big, thick books. Sketching from the Imagination Sci-Fi. Sketching from the Imagination Fantasy. And Sketching from the Imagination Characters. And like I said, the fifth one, which is the first one, is in the other room. So we're going to go through them on Monday. We're going to do more detail, go through them in more detail on Monday. Now, obviously, I'm not going to read you every page, but, you know. Oh, you got the Carolina Kubikowska. I have one, Ed. I don't have the dark one. I forget what it's called, the second one. I have the first one. I really like it. Oh, I'm sitting on my foot. I have the first one. I really like it, but it fell apart. Maybe if they republished it, the binding is better, but mine, I don't care. You know, it's no big deal, but, you know, it did fall apart. But I do love her work. But I think the book binding was a little iffy. So they want that over there and this over here on this one. And you found both of them? Did you get a deal? Oh, you got them both from her directly. Well, I hope they've fixed that first one. I don't know about the second one because I don't have it, but the first one, Ticket of Dreams. Yeah, that's the second one, right? Ticket of Dreams. That's the second one. The first one, and I don't know if I can put my hand right on it. Let's see. Not sure to put my hand right on it. I'm glancing. I'm not seeing it right in front of me. Yeah, I'm not finding it right off. I got four shelves with color books, so I don't know where it is right off. No, I actually have, oh gosh, I have 5 shelves. Maybe it's on this shelf. Hang on. Might be right here. Well, I'm not finding it. It's a little book, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Ah, there it is. I found it. This is the first one. And these are the pages I've either have half done or finished. So I've worked a lot in this book. But the pages, look, they fall out. There, you know, lots of them. Lots of the pages are just loose. So I don't know what that's all about. I think, you know, it's not her fault. I'm, you know, yeah. But I do love this book. Oh. Okay. Oh, good. Thanks, Paco. Oh, Monday's books. There we go. All right. So now let me move some of this collage bit off here since I got that. Let's see. Let me go look at each one. Oh, I need to plan it. Put one out there. Okay. It's kind of too dark. Let's get maybe this one. I'll cut this one down. Let's trim that down. Something like that. Okay, let's move this out the way. Okay. All right, the next stage, gluing. Tray here. And you'll know I use golden matte medium, which I have poured into a dish soap container because it makes it easier. Hey, Becky Kalura. Happy Friday. On my way to physical therapy. Okay, Connie, good morning. By the way, I didn't see you come in. Hi and bye. Thanks for stopping in, Connie. Hey, Jamie. How you doing? We're working on some art discs. They're like 3.5 inches. All right, so now I'm going to squeeze out some matte medium. It's the golden matte medium. It's just easy to have to worry about gluing your lid on or anything like that. Okay, so now let me get a glue brush. One of my glue brushes. My glue brushes sit in water. Let me find a small one here. They're the only brushes I keep in water. And some baby wipes. Baby wipes. Okay, so then I'm just going to get the excess water off there. Did you use, do I use, yes, I do use Facebook Messenger. I do. Okay, so now I am going to, let's just kind of move them all up out of the way here. And I will work on one at a time. To hear you say morning. Late afternoon for you in the UK. Yeah. Hey, things hands do. That's a cute name. Yeah, it's not quite 10 here, 10 a.m. Thanks, Cynthia. Yeah, it's I'm calling them art discs as opposed to art cards, ATCs, or art coins because they're bigger. All right, so I got my here matte medium here, and I'm just going to put some down. Okay. And I always try to put some on the back, unless it's a napkin journal. Then you can't put it on the back. Okay. And then after we glue everything down, then we go back in and paint details. But before I do that today, because I spackled them, if you're just joining us, this has got spackle on them. Now I need I need a small, I usually smash everything down with a card, right? But this is kind of tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a card down so I can get in there and make it sure it's smashed down well, and then it doesn't wrinkle, right? So there we go. So put the matte medium here. I could probably just go around the edges too, wouldn't hurt, because that will help secure the what do you call it? The spackle. Even though it's going to get varnished over, it can't hurt to have an extra layer of something to hold that spackle well. I know you probably can't see too much going on right now, but we could zoom in, I guess. I'm going to take my little art card, my little iTunes card, and smash that down. We'll zoom in a little. All right, 2 of them. Let's put those to the side. Move in 2 more here. So we'll go ahead and put a little bit of matte medium all there, because this is going to get painted silver. The spackling is going to be silver with probably a blue ink tint to it. I like that side better. Just turn it over. Okay. Dee Dee been sending messages. Hopefully I got the right Dee Dee. Okay, what is it? What's your name on Messenger? Because a lot of times you guys have different names, and if I don't know who you are, I might accept your request, but I'm not going to talk to people I don't know. I'm not being mean, but I've had time to talk to the people I do know. So if you message me and I didn't know who you were, let me look over here on my Messenger real quick. Let me check. Nope. I see no Ed. Let me look under maybe people. Maybe sometimes the requests go to another place. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not what I want. They go to looking for a request or something. Let's see. Request. There we go. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. I see you now. I follow. You are. You're not blocked or anything. Okay, I'll just go hi for now. Okay, I'm going to say hi, but I'm not going to answer any of your questions right now. But I'll get back to you, Ed. You're too old to be. Hey, I hear you. I hear you, Ed. I hear you. I just said hi to you, so I'll go and look at. You're asking me a question about some pencils or something. I'll look at that after a while. Okay. What kind of spackle? Oh, it's just DAP, Connie. There's different, it's just DAP spackle. Now they're calling it crack shot, high performance spackling paste. I just told Hubster, get me some DAP spackle, and this is what he brought me home. It's just some spackle. Yeah. All right, so now let's go over here and smash that down a little bit. And being careful because, you know, I got all that spackle around there. So this is the process. This is what I would be doing if I wasn't here today. I have to get these done. We already talked about this earlier. Thank yous and all that are important to me. So let's go this on this side. And so, yeah. So I either make art cards. I'm testing this size of little spackle cards. I like that other side better. I want that side. I'm testing these out for some thank yous. I've also done with my little tray. Oh, here they are. I'm also working on some that are these. See, these are started here that have these kind of had an Egyptian theme to them. So they have like an old parchment look to them. So these are some I've worked on. We did these a couple weeks. Now, yeah, I guess it's going on a couple weeks now, right? Not this week, the week last week maybe. So these are ones that we've done with an Egyptian flavor. And these are going to be space with silver. Thanks, Ian. When you have some, there's not hard to find, but I'll find time. And again, guys, I know it sounded like a couple weeks ago when I was like really in a mood. And I said, you know, I was overwhelmed with messages, emails, and comments. I never, ever mind them. Of course, trolls get deleted. So, but I never mind comments, messages, or anything like that, emails that are, you know, just questions or, you know, whatever. It's just that I don't expect me to answer them like immediately. You know, when people message me and then they message me 5 minutes later, did you get my message? 5 minutes later, did you get my message? Why aren't you answering me? Don't you see my message? You know, over and over and over. And I might be on the phone with my daughter, you know, there could be lots of things I could be doing. And then people get mad, you know. Oh, you're too busy to answer, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I am only one person here, people. I'm only one person. I do my best. You know, I do my best. So I don't ever think I don't mind messages, comments, questions. I look at people's color book pages and, you know, things like that. I don't mind. But I can't do it all. I can't do it all like immediately you know. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean you, Ed. I mean, I just now found you. I just now saw your stuff for the first time there. So yeah. So I'm just saying, guys, give me a minute. Give me a minute. But I do, you know, people give me super chat and tip jar, or, you know, send me books and stuff like that, which that's the other thing too, guys. Let me say this. I don't, you know, want to sound, oh, that one's already done. I do get a lot of people message me and saying they want to send me happy mail. They want to send me books. They want to send books for giveaways. I can't do all that, guys. I mean, I have a few people, Connie, Kenny, Melody, you know, that send me things, you know, Suze, that send me things. And they know they don't really have to ask. They just, you know, they support the channel and they do things like that for this channel. But, you know, I get a lot of people I've never met. I don't know you. You're a stranger to me and you want my address. I haven't set up my post office box yet. They want my address and they want to send me a bunch of books and things for giveaways. I can't take any more stuff for giveaways, guys. I have more, you know, I just can't. You know, the regular girls that send stuff, you know, that's all I can handle. You know, 5 or 6 girls that send stuff kind of regular, that's about all I can handle for giveaways. You know, and again, I know that sounds like, oh, yeah, but I don't mean to sound that way. I don't mean to sound that way. Oh, okay. Ed, you're sitting in a doctor's office? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Keep you in a prayer there. You can't have the phone. Okay. How can you not have the phone? How could they take away your phone, Ed? That's not right. That's not nice. Tell them we said you have to have your phone. Okay, Ed. And so anyway, it's just, it can be overwhelming. That's why I had to quit the birthday card thing. I was giving everybody a birthday card there for a few years. I sent out birthday cards to everybody. But when it got to be over 200 a year, I had to quit, guys. I can't do it, Or I'd be doing nothing but Happy Mail. There'd be no streams. There'd be no other art making from me. There'd be nothing else, So, okay. But anyway, that being said, when somebody sends something or super chats or PayPal tip jar to help support the channel, I send them an art card. So that's a lot of these are being made for thank yous and stuff like that. And same thing, I like to thank my mods every now and then. Send them something every now and then. And I know they say you don't have to. They all will say that. But it's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to thank people. And that's how we were raised. So that's what I do. Let's see, I don't know if I did that last one scraped. You don't have to scrape them down, but it does help get them glued down well and also helps prevent any wrinkles. There shouldn't be too much wrinklage in these tiny, tiny little bits, but, just better to be safe so there's not, You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, exactly, Rebecca, exactly. And, it's just, I love you guys. Y'all are all awesome. And I love doing art for you guys and sharing things with you, sharing books, doing book giveaways and, society idea collections. I love doing all of it. But, it does take time. It's more time than anything. It's more time than anything else. And as you see, time's important to me. I think I want that one on a level like that. Okay. Okay, so next stage done. Now I'm done gluing, so I'll put my glue brush back in its water. Again, these are the only brushes I let stand in water, are glue brushes. And they have their own little container, just glue. All right, so let's put away some of this. Let's put away the spackle of this so I can clear a little space. And I need another baby wipe. Get this off my hands. Now that I will say this about the matte medium, the golden matte medium, it's very hard to get off your hands. If you don't have a craft scrubby, or if you don't put a, something to protect your hands from glue, I usually have to. If I get my craft scrubby, can get most of it off, but usually get off my fingernails, I have to just take the fingernail polish remover and get it off. I know, right, Pam? It's just right to thank people. I mean, I don't know. I make the time for that. I make the time for that. That's why we're doing, we put things on, anyway, y'all get the idea. All right. So let's see. All right. So again, this is kind of how they look with the Egyptian parchment look that we did with gold paint, bronze, and then I inked it. They're inked with I think it's a cat's eye. I don't know what ink I'm going to do these because these are going to be silver. Okay. So I think I'll go ahead and put that on next. Let me go ahead and hit it with the heat gun a minute. Let's dry the matte medium. Dee Dee, when you varnish, how do you clean your foam brushes? Just water. And the only time I use the foam brushes are when I do big art journal pages. When I'm varnishing art cards, anything small like that, I just use my finger. and just smooth out the varnish with my finger. But if it's a full page, I use the foam brushes. You know, they're like 5 cents. But they do. You wash them out. It's just I use water-based varnish. And my varnish that I use is the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. It's water-based. I'm sure there's other water bases out there that are just fine. This is just the one that I've always used. They quit selling it at Michael's, though. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. It doesn't take much, though. It goes a long way. Questions. A P.O. box would help, and Doe cannot use what you can help and donate what you cannot. Yeah, the thing about giveaways, here's another thing about giveaways, guys. It's expensive to ship. The shipping is redonkulous, especially anything international. And I don't do enough. I don't do so many giveaways anymore that I can't do an international book once a month giveaway or the little cards. You know, if it's just in a small envelope or something, that's no problem. I never mind sending a postage or 2, I think 3, sometimes 3 stamps on an international. I never mind doing that. But when it gets to be $20, $30, $40 to ship a book or a box of something, I can't do that. So I stopped doing destashes. It's too expensive. And the time too. The time it takes to gather a destash, then people want to know everything they're buying. And I don't blame them. Oh, I want a destash box. What's in it? Tell me everything that's in it. I don't have time for all that. You know, I just don't. I would not even be able to stream if I'd started doing destashes. So I don't do those anymore either. And that's why I have to limit people sending me giveaway stuff. You know, my glue brushes are brushes that I've used, any old craft brush. These are all craft brushes. When they get crappy, when they get old, when I've used them so long for acrylic paint, they go into the glue brush water. So they're just old leftover acrylic paint brushes. That's all the glue brushes are. It's no brand. They're all just craft brushes, guys. Nothing special. My nice brushes, I gave a lot of them to Cameron because he started doing oil painting there for a while. But my nice brushes for oil painting and more expensive brushes I keep in here so that I don't use these for acrylic paint. But I have tons of I have sitting right here next to me, guys. I have jars like this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have about 10 jars like this. They're just inexpensive. Now, there's a couple like this one's a little more expensive. It came in a set, maybe $5. But almost all these brushes, except a couple like my liner brushes, which are like the Master Touch liner brushes, which are normally like $6. I use a 40% off coupon. So even those are only a couple of bucks. None of my brushes are that I use for craft painting here. None of them are expensive. They're just cheap craft brushes that I use to do acrylic painting with. And then again, y'all see, I use craft paint. I just use craft paint on our art journals, mixed media journals, abandoned places, art cards, all done with craft paint. Nothing, the most expensive thing I probably use is my Golden Matte Medium. That's the most expensive product I probably use. Eileen's usually busy on Fridays. Yeah, Button. Eileen is usually busy on Fridays. And my impromptus, I mean, I never expect, anybody to be at any of my shows at any time if they have to, it's just, you come as you can, you stay as long as you can, you leave when you have to. And that's what I do on other people's streams too. I go and stay as long as I can. That's all any of us can do. Yeah. Sabrina's mom spends on postage for his girls also. Is in Michigan. I know. Well, just like Norma sent me that box a couple weeks ago. It was $30, I think, or $25, something like that. It's terrible, the postage. Is it still okay for everyone to send you Happy Mail books or items to be used in the show? Yeah, I don't mind if people send me Melody sends me these books and I don't mind a giveaway. Who was it last week? One of the girls, I think it was Kim. She asked me if she could send some books for a giveaway. I said, send me one book for the giveaway. I forgot what book it was that we gave away last week or the week before. I said, send me one book for a giveaway. I can't do 10. I can't do 5, And like I said, a lot of the girls that's like Melody, Kenny, like Norma sent the stuff. A lot of the girls that are regular girls that send me stuff, Suze, every now and then send me the, new Bennett Klein or whatever. That's okay. But I can't take boxes of stuff for giveaways. I just can't do it. Have I done a steampunk journal, Bob? You mean like make one? Are you talking about like a junk journal? A steampunk junk journal? Not specifically, Bob. Not a specific one. I'm looking around at all my journals right now, of which I have hundreds. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I have shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of art journals and combination art journal sketchbooks. But I don't think I have a specific steampunk one. I'm looking them over, Bob. I don't see a specific one. Oh, that's all right, Sabrina. Trust me, I'm a big typo person too. I'm usually typing so fast. There's always typos. We can read typos. If we can't read it, we'll ask. Struggling because of cost of shipping and of the equipment. What are you talking about? The equipment you need to stream, Sherry Shabs? I'm not sure what you mean about the equipment you need to keep streaming. I don't think I've done anything specifically steampunk. I have things that have metal things on it, but yeah. Well, this is just my art room books, and I have all my art. Well, I have the bulk of my art books up here, and I have all my art journals. I've shown a spin of my room. My library is downstairs. I turned my dining room. I no longer have a dining room. It's a library. As Suze was here. I have a table. Hubster has a table in there for a desk shoved over under the window, but the rest of it is a library. An art school volunteer. Yeah, and if Cam lived closer, he would be like he'd be working over here all the time, but he lives an hour and a half away, and he's, with all the stuff going on, he doesn't have time to do that anymore either. Well, the thing about that, Mary, and hi, Mary, by the way, here's the problem with that, Mary, and it is a good suggestion. It would have been a good suggestion back on Ustream, where the winner would be sent something, a giveaway from somebody else. The thing about that is an address exchanges, Mary. We have a lot of strangers here in YouTube that we don't know, and anybody's allowed to win when I do the random giveaways here on YouTube. And a lot of people, like, I'm sure you wouldn't want me giving your address to a stranger. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of the issue with, you know, giveaways crossing over from the giver to the givee with me not being in the middle, is that people have to give their home addresses and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of out. Yeah, and you can't guarantee the person gets it. See, unless it's international, I track books, like our monthly book giveaways, or like I'm going to do an extra giveaway next Wednesday. I will put them in a tracking envelope. That's about $6.95. One book in one priority envelope is $6.95. But to me, it's better to pay that little extra and have it make sure it gets there than to just hope. Now, if it's international, yeah, exactly, Mary. So the other thing is if it's international and I send a book, like we're going to do the book giveaway next Wednesday, and if an international person wins and it doesn't get there, oh well. It's like I sent it, you know, I can show you the receipt where I sent it. I can prove I mailed it, but I can't guarantee it's going to get to you because I can't track international. I think it's something like $50 to track to Canada, to track to the UK. I don't even want to guess what it would cost to track to Australia. So, you know, I do my best. I have the receipts proving I send out everything, but I can't track international. So, yeah, it is Sharon. Everything's expensive. It's very expensive to ship. You know, and it is what it is. Yeah, Sharon, that box that Norma sent me last week, it was like $25 or $30. And it was just a box. Now, when Melody sends me stuff, she sends it Amazon Prime. So I'm not thinking she has to pay any shipping, and any of the girls that send things from Amazon Prime. But when I ship out to you guys, I'm not Amazon. Okay, so let's see. Let's get off that topic and move on. I just sometimes feel a need to explain things so that people understand how the situations are. You know, it is what it is. Okay, let me get some silver paint. Let's see. I think we'll start, maybe, do I want silver? There's my copper. I'm looking for my silver paint. There's some blades. I thought maybe I'm out of silver. Might be out of silver. I do have this. Let's go with this then. This is the champagne gold, which is kind of, you know, it looks like silver and gold mixed. I'm not seeing silver. I might have used all my silver up. So you can always put on some glitter too. Oh yeah, let's do that. I forgot I had this Deco Art Craft Twinkles. Let's twinkle. Let's twinkle. All righty. So let's start with the champagne gold. All your journals will be in the I don't know about that, Bob. But, all right. So let's this is dry. It's dry here. So I'm going to put out squeeze out some champagne gold here. Let's do a few. I don't want to put out too much at a time because I have my fan on, the lights on, and just the time. Sometimes it will dry this out. So I just put out a little at a time. Let's just get a small angle brush. Yeah, let's do something a little bigger. Go with this one. Just want a small little brush to get into the crevices. So now this part I can hold up and you can watch me kind of paint. Yes. So what I'm going to do is, this is the metallic. It's by Deco Art as well, Dazzling Metallic. And I have this in a lot of colors, but I'm either out of or can't find my silver. I was going to go with silver, but I think this will be fine if I go with some twinkle on top. I'm going to try this, Craft Twinkles. I bought this for, I think, Anne. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Kathy, thank you so much. That will help with next week's shipping of the book. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, and you'll get one of these cards, Kathy. So I think Anne, A Colorful Life Anne, was using this on her color book page. And I'd never heard of this particular thing. Thank you so much, Kathy. That really does help. It really does, guys. And I use that all the the money that y'all send me on Super Chat and Tip Jar, for postage and giveaways. And y'all bought me my new microphone. And I'm looking into some other kind of lighting too. Thank you, Kathy. So I use this from because Anne bought it. And I don't even know if I might have used it on one color book page or something, but I probably thought, yeah, it's probably not any better than Stickles. And I have Stickles, but this was sitting next to this in my drawer. I have all my metallics in one of those little plastic drawer things. So let's just go ahead and pull that out and try it. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just paint all the spackle. I don't care if it really gets up, I really want to get it up underneath, up underneath of the crevice there. And because I'm going to paint the background, extra stars, nebula, color pencil, all that after. So right now I want to just get, and I'm painting the backs black. And then just like I do my other ones here, like I paint them black and then I sign them. Do I have one signed here? This is how I sign them. So here's a finished one. Art card, varnished, it's already varnished. And then I paint the backs black and then sign them on the backs. So that's how I do. I'm going to do these the same way. Bye, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are really, y'all are just so kind and generous. And I try my best to give back. I was talking to Janet the other day how, we really like to do things that get people motivated. Jan, if y'all don't know, Janet is, I'm not caring if I get it on the black right there right now, because I'm going to do the inside here. And I might go back and I don't know which way I should have done that. Maybe I should have done the black first. No, I think I do this first because that way I can creep up the black like underneath. See, this one I did kind of brown, kind of creeps into the gold there. So we'll see. I'll go ahead and do it this way. I can always just add more paint. So Janet and I were talking about how we like to do things to, inspire people, get them started. And I'm going to shout out Janet for a minute. I don't even know if she's here right now. She's also in the middle of renovating a bathroom and some other stuff in her house while she streams every week. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. So anyway, we were talking the other day on the phone and talking about YouTube and our channels and, progress and what we're doing on them and stuff like that. And, I always get feedback and don't get me mad. I love my feedback. Don't ever think that you can't, email me or message me or whatever. And, so anyway, I said, yeah, it's always so nice when people tell you how much your show means to them because they, a lot of people are housebound and, just different things. And so when they say, how much your show means to them, the projects, what you're doing, encourages them to get going and start and all that. And so Janet was saying how, it just thrilled her, and I'm not going to name any names, but she said it thrilled her to hear, let me get that big blob right there of spackle if I can, that people were excited about her beginning drawing, shading things that she's been doing on her channel and how it meant so much to them. And they tell her that it meant so much to them. And she goes, oh my gosh, I see what you mean when people tell you how you've helped them and all. It makes a difference. It really does. So I'm shouting out Janet on her channel right now. So she's doing, she wants to do a little bit of like beginning drawing, sketching, you know, maybe I don't know, she'll get into any of the like drawing on the right side of the brain or any of that. I don't know how far she's going to go with the drawing. And so, you know, when you tell people, not just me, not just Janet, but anybody, I mean, Mary's here. I'll give you an example with Mary. Mary Altier, she does all these projects. I'm sure when she hears back from people, and I haven't talked to her, she hasn't told me anything, but I'm sure when she hears back from people that her channel means so much to them, the projects she does mean so much to them, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. Zelie says her drawing show was so awesome and so fun. Galena said that Janet's stream gave her a kick in the butt. See? Those kind of things, guys, it makes what we do on streams and just videos in general, whether we stream live or make videos, it means so much to the streamer and the YouTuber or the video maker or the blogger if they get feedback. So you might think, oh, I'm sure everybody's telling them how good, you know, what their show means to them. So I don't really need to say anything. I'm telling you, people, if you ever have an urge to thank anybody, Janet, me, Mary, anybody, thank you, Joan. Thank you so much. If it means, thank you, Joan, for the super chat. If you have an urge to tell someone thank you, regardless of the topic, stream, video, tell them. Just tell them, you know, thank them or just tell them what their show means to you. Whatever the topic, whatever the, you know, whatever it is that you guys watch. I mean, we all give thumbs up and, you know, likes and things like that. But if you just have an inkling to tell somebody that their show has like meant something to them, then tell them, you know. Thank you, Joan. Thanks, guys. Mary says, yes, it does. And I'm always so touched by the community on my channel. They're great. I know, right? Mary has awesome people on her channel. She has, you know, we visit each other's channels. Some of the same people visit each other's channels. Mary has, you know, she has her own group of ladies that love her. Mary is awesome. If y'all don't, Mary, and I said it before, I'm going to embarrass her again. Mary is probably the sweetest, kindest, so don't take advantage of her. She is probably the sweetest, kindest person I know online, and I'm not exaggerating. So y'all better be nice to my Miss Mary. Hear me? Yeah. So it does. And Mary, I mean, if you are seeing Mary get a happy mail, oh my gosh, it makes you cry for Mary. She's just so sweet. I mean, oh my gosh. And Sherry, I missed what you were saying about your streaming. It went by. Everyone loves your band and books. If y'all are talking to me, please put it in caps. I just happened to see you were talking to me, Sherry, and I probably missed your answer. Yeah, well, you are, Mary. You are one of the kindest, sweetest people I know online. So anyway, yeah, I was just really happy to hear that people were telling Janet how much it meant to them, her doing her drawing classes. And she won't call it a class. She'll just call it, I'm just drawing. You want to watch me, you know? So it's not really a class, but y'all know what I mean. And I still didn't see, Sherry, what you said about your streaming. I don't think I've ever seen you stream. Are you starting to stream, or did not know it and missed it or something? I don't know. Thank you, Louise. And, and it makes it fun, I hope I inspire you guys to start things and try things and do things, regardless of what it is, and I just try to show you what I do. And I tell y'all everything. I tell you every supply. I tell you every tip, every technique, anything I do. I try to tell you every step, even though I don't consider these like lessons or classes. I explain a lot. I just explain a lot. Thank you, Sabrina. And I'm not fishing for compliments, guys. I didn't mean to say that. Thank you. Thanks, Mary. Mary, I never seen anybody that could take any little thing. Like Mary, nobody has taken the Society of Idea Collectors to such a degree as Mary. Mary's doing books, and I think she said she's going to do another Christmas book, and makes everything her own. And that's what you should do. Make it your own. Take the ideas you learn from me or Mary or Janet or whatever, any of us, take those ideas, make them your own, try things. That's why you need your Society of Idea Collectors notebooks, so you can write them down and explore your ideas. But I'm telling you, ask Mary, if you don't write it down, those ideas will be gone. So you gotta write them down. Oh, good, Sherry. Okay, let me, well, I'll have to go back later. I'm probably following your channel, but I might not have rung your bell, so I'm not getting notifications. Mary said, I'm having fun with doing Halloween lists in my Friday lives. Last one tonight. So y'all, check out Mary, or I should say, peruse the awesomeness. That is Mary. And I know everybody can't be at every live show, but, try to watch some recordings, get some ideas, write them down, and make them your own. Thank you, Pacola. And the other thing here, guys, if you've been here more than one day, if you've been here twice, then we don't mind you sharing things, and we'll help share, we'll help promote. Nobody likes a spammer who's never been here and just comes in just to promote their channel. Come follow me. Well, but we don't have too many of those. We do get the occasional troll, but those are kicked out by the mods. My mods have complete control over the channel. I don't question what they do. If anybody does have a question about, they can ask me. But there's been the occasional accidental kick. That's when chat's rolling really fast and somebody gets kicked accidentally. Poor Anne, we kicked her one day accidentally. She got timed out for 5 minutes or whatever, but we don't do it on purpose. Got me started on list and buying puzzle. I know, but Mary, you have taken those ideas and so made them your own. I'm proud of you, Mary. Can you tell? I'm proud of you. And oops, get all that off of there. I think I got a paint booger in there. I haven't used this color for a while. So anyway, what I'm saying is we help promote each other. If someone like Joan just, designed some new stencils for iStencil under Patty Tolley Parrish's name. Well, it's in Joan's name too, but I think it's under Patty's brand or whatever. We do that. We share, we promote each other, we try to help each other and call each other out. And I'm all about that here, people. I am all about that. If there's somebody that does something better than I do, and I don't know how to do it, I'll be the first one to tell you to go. Like, for instance, the Pan Pastel, Shell Dean. I call her the Pan Pastel Ninja. I'll send you all right over to Shell Dean for Pan Pastel tutorials, that kind of thing. I don't want to say I never get jealous. I don't want to make, I'm not no saint or anything like that. But other people's art inspires me. I rarely feel like, oh, I wish I could do it that well. Oh, I'm not that good. I can't do that. No, if it's something I love, something I admire, well, I try to think, well, what is it I like about it? Is it the technique? Is it the colors? Is it, is it like Sammy? She does awesome shading and color books. Is it her shading? What is it I like about it? What can I learn from her? What can I go watch and do better? Don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, I can never draw as well as XYZ. I could never do abandoned books like Dee Dee. Don't think like that. Don't think like that. It's not healthy. You won't learn. You won't grow. Can y'all tell I'm in a lecture mood today? Where's Jean? Jean would be telling me I have on my teacher voice. But to me, it's all about the encouraging. That's what I'm all about. I tell y'all, if there's, if you feel like you have a gift from God, use it to the best of your ability. If I would say it, I love to encourage people. I love to get people started, tell them they can do it, show them how they can get started, what they can do to, get better. All about that. Oh, there's Jean. Jean says, speak of the devil, and here she is. Yeah. I'm lecturing today, Jean. I'm lecturing. Okay, so there's the base. So let me clean out my brush. And I'm sure there's some little spots I missed. But again, I'm going to put some ink on these. So if there's anything I missed, I can always just go back again and touch it up. All right, let me get some more baby wipes, clean my hands. And and I follow a lot of different artists, a lot of different mediums, genres. I just there's so many things. I love booktubers. I love all kinds of artists. I love every kind of things from oil painting to pan pastel, comic books. I mean, I love it all. I love art. And I love art in pretty much any form or fashion. And so, thanks, Kathy. The planets are popping off the cards. Okay, so now, and again, I'm going to end up, I don't usually paint the backs of the cards until after I varnish. Because sometimes when I'm varnishing, especially with my fingers, the varnish can get on the back. Like this is one I kept because it happened. See the varnish right there? The varnish can get on the back. So if you start with the black, if you paint the backgrounds black first and then varnish it, some of the varnish, if it's on your hands and stuff, can get on the card. So if you're going to make anything that you're going to varnish, do the painting of the back last so that it doesn't make a spot, right? Because it's shiny. Julie says day 683. Just Julie Topaz Pearl Girl, and I'll shout her out for a couple things. One, for her just tenacity. She has been doing something coloring, arting, something creative every day for 683 days in a row. G. Brody, she starts out with the smallest little idea books that she's handmade, and they are the sweetest, cutest little books you've ever seen. The other thing about Julie Topaz, if you like Pinterest, go follow Topaz Pearl Girl on Pinterest. She has tons of awesome walls, if you will. What do you call them in Pinterest? They're not walls on Pinterest. Boards, pin boards. Oh, thanks. Thanks so much, Norma. And Norma, you are so sweet and so generous. And I have to say, Norma, the cards that you've sent with your little scriptures on them and everything, they mean you. I try to tell you every now and then that something touched somebody. And I don't tell you guys, everybody, that I send a thank you card, a get well card, thinking of you card. I don't tell y'all every time I send one of those out, but I hear back how much they mean to people. They mean a lot to people. Yeah, boards. Yeah, pin boards. Thanks, Julie. So, those, and I understand that passing things on to others is just awesome. Like the things that Norma sends, I try to pass on or whatever, we all try to share and pass on, but it's the shipping that gets us all. We only can do so much. So, all right. So there's that start. Now what I'm going to do is let's get out some black and white, let's get out some usual colors for doing waterfalls. And all this paint, this blue and all that's dry. So I'm trying to pile some up because I haven't been making enough piles of acrylic paint. I need to, because I'm making them for trying to pile up paint skins for Dot. And I haven't had enough. I've only got a couple over there set for her soon. Okay, so some black, some white. Where's my black? I thought I had a new black here. Here we go. Is it open yet? I think so. So a little black and white. And I don't know if I need a little bit smaller brush than that. It's just smaller. Let me get it wet. So anyway, just, a little encouragement for everybody today. Do nice things for people. It means a lot. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything in caps, so y'all carry on. All right, so, and I just kind of pick random. This is not quite dry yet. Maybe I should let me hit them with the heat gun real quick. I guess this is just a be grateful show today. Did you follow Blix on IG? They're doing some awesome, inspiring things. I'm not sure. I follow them on Twitter, Zelie. I'm not sure if I follow Blix on IG or not. Let me look. I follow them on Twitter and Facebook. Let me see if I follow them on IG. I don't probably follow their hashtag. Do they have a hashtag and their name? Because if they're hashtagging Blick, if that's how people are posting to Blick, they're hashtagging. I don't follow their hashtag. I know that. So let's go here. Let's see. Blick. Yeah, I follow them, but let me look at their hashtag. Because that's where people connect with Blick. And that's what I think you're talking about. Thanks, Ian. Okay, so Blick, I don't know if it's just Blick or, no, it's probably Blick Art Materials. Hang on, it's taking a minute to load. Okay, I'll follow their hashtag too, because I think that's what you mean. Yeah, and I'm not saying all this, guys. I'm not saying all this for, for me. I'm not fishing for compliments or clicks or likes. I'm saying it all for you guys. Y'all follow each other, like each other, compliment each other, encourage each other. Because that's what I feel like this channel is doing. Blick has been doing highlights of art by their store associates. Oh, okay. Okay, I follow their hashtag, Zelie, so I will see those now. Okay, let's see. Let's pick one here. All right, something in my eye. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, pick one here, and I am going to start. Let's just move those out of the way. I'm going to start by maybe doing a little black on the edge, because see, I don't know how far in I want to go with that, because I've kind of took the gold right into the champagne gold, took it right. See how it came into the star area? I don't want it quite that far in, but it was just a lot easier to paint it by not worrying about getting it into that area. So I'm going to kind of push that back a little. And I'll start blending. I'm going to think if I want another color. Do I want more water, stars? Do some nebulas. But I want it to look like you're looking, and that was my original intent on my original art cards with the spackle, was to look like you were looking into another little world. You know, when I did these back in 2009 or whenever it was, I wanted it to look like you were peeking into another little dimension. And also right here on, I don't know that I want the watch hands to point that way, so I'm just going to get rid of the watch hands and I'll put them back in. I usually get rid of the brand names of the watches and all that. And then I'll redraw the watch hands where I want them to be. Now, this is the fun part for me when I do art cards, is the details, doing the tiny little bits, the waterfalls, the coloring in nebulas and planets and stars and all that. That's the fun part for me. But it's also the tiniest and the hardest to see. So I'm trying to hold this up in the air so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so I think I got all the way around the edge there. So that looks kind of cool like that, doesn't it? The edges. Sharon G, the stream of all the ladies I watched took me from sad about all the changes in my life to being engaged in a new direction of happy. I know there's something about being in an art group, well, any kind of group, gamers, you know, whatever it is that you're involved in, you know, that you're not isolated and you're not alone, especially, you know, a lot of people, you know, have health issues and depression issues. If you can be involved in groups online, I mean, nothing takes the place of having real life friends. I mean, you know, but you know, there's none of us are going to have thousands of friends in real life, you know, but you can have lots and lots and hundreds of friends online. Thanks, Donna. All right, so there's a start. I'm going to kind of complete one to the end. And then I'll go and work on each individual one. See, this is why I wanted to do this today. It's an all-day thing. So I'm going to be working on these all day. So after I do these 12 or however many I have already started here, I got the other 20 or however many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, about 15 or 20 other ones to do when those spackle on those dry. So this is like my all-day Friday thing. The little details are fair. Yeah, and BDI Beth, I don't know if you know this, you want a Society of Idea drawing on Wednesday, so you'll be getting something in the mail. You haven't moved, have you? Have you moved, Beth? For some reason, I'm thinking you moved. If you did, send me your new address, because otherwise I'm going to send your card out to your old address that I have. But you want a drawing out of the Society of Idea bowl. Yeah, so just make sure I have your address. Email me. Okay, so there we go. I think I want that rid of. And see, most of the star splatter I did is kind of gone, so I'll have to go in and hand do some of that. All right, so let me clean my brush here. Let me get a couple pencils. Y'all know I love me some blue, some orange, black and white. These are just my go-to nebula colors. They can be any color you want, but I like these colors. Now this one I'll probably put some pink or green on because it has more pink in that mountain. All right, so let's sharpen my pencils here. You moved, just evacuate. Oh, I haven't moved, just evacuated. Oh, okay. From the hurricane? Yeah. Well, y'all stay safe. We were wondering, you know, if anybody here was having to leave the area for the hurricane. So y'all just stay safe. Okay. All right, so let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is just do a little bit of background, and then I'm going to do some blend of all this and waterfalls and some other things. But I'm going to start by just putting in some and I don't know how much I'm going to have to go use. I got my spackle there, so I'm going to have to consider all that. So I'll put a little there. Okay, now I'm going to go back in. Let's go with some white here. Let's put in a little. I'm going to put in some shooting stars, a couple. Let me get a couple Poscas out. Let's see. Let me get an orange Posca. Maybe an orange, blue. I don't know. I'll get a couple Posca paint pens out. It's pound the dickens out of the coast with little movement. Yeah. Yeah, I watched some of it this morning on the news, Donna. Yeah. So everybody stay safe. Okay, now I'm going to go back in. Let's see. I think I'll go in here with some white and start doing. I'm going to put my watch hands on. I usually like to do that at the end after I've got all my background done. All right, so let's see. Do I want another mountain right there? Maybe another extra little mountain. Is it too flashed out? The sun just came out. I don't know how bright it is. I guess it looks okay because we are very zoomed in. Okay, Sabrina, your thingy is finished. You're on the way out. Okay, Sabrina. So all this little detail stuff's what I love to do. Okay, let me get in a little black right here. I'll gray it up. I'm trying to look at the camera so I don't tilt it too much toward me. Try to keep it so y'all can see what's going on here. All right, so a little bit there. Okay. I need some clean water close by. Let me just get a little water here, just to get my brush wet and clean it off on my. Look what I just did. I just snapped my brush. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's not even going to go in the glue brush. The glue water. Don't watch the chat while you're cleaning a brush. You might snap it in half. I told you they're cheap craft brushes. All right, so let's get another one. Let's get another small brush here. I need something kind of small. I don't know if I might have to go to the other jar. These are kind of rounds. Eek, yeah, eek is right. Okay, these are all long tips. Let me get into this little jar here and get a short one. Here we go. I just need a little short, little flat brush. Taps. I know, right? I probably have something on my soundboard for that. Let's see. Let's see if I have something on my soundboard for the death of a brush. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm looking here. Hang on. Maybe just, let's turn this on. Oh. All right, so now let's see. I need my white Posca. Okay. All right, so now I am going to do, I want this watch hand coming up. This one can go up like through these clouds, like here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in a few extra stars. Orange, maybe a little around the All right, let me dry that. Okay, needs a little less, little shadow on that side. Hang on, Denise is messaging me a picture or something. Let's see. Oh my gosh. No. Oh my gosh. I don't even know whose cats these are. I don't know if these are Malibu and ours when they were babies. I don't know if she's just finding a picture. She has new cats. Oh my gosh. I think these are Malibu. Oh, they are. I recognize their little, okay, hang on. Denise just sent me this picture. Let me turn down the lighting. This is Malibu and Oliver when they were babies. Look. There's Oliver. There's Malibu. I thought she was sending me pictures of new cats, but I recognize their markings. So there's our two when they were babies. There they are. I know, right? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. They have grown. Let me show you how they look now. Let's show you how big they are now. Well, here they are together. Let me see if I can find body pictures. Okay, this is how they sleep. I know, right? And let's see what else I have. Here's another one of them together, hugging. Then here's where they're going. What? We're tired. What else do I have here? Of course, this is what they usually do in here. This is my art table. Here's another one of them together. It's like showing off the grandchildren, right? Yeah. They love each other. And my favorite one, I don't know if I could find it right off. My favorite one was when Malibu's baby picture. Let's see. I mean, I've got tons. I've got hundreds of pictures of them. Oh, I know I've shown y'all this one. There they are hugging and kissing. But her baby picture, that Denise took. This is when she was still with Denise. I mean, there's so many of them, just that's how they are all the time. But there's one picture of her that is the cutest baby cat picture, kitten picture you have ever seen. But I don't know if I can get right to it. I think I retook the picture. I mean, like resaved it. So it should be farther down. Here's another one of them. No, they're just so stinking cute. Where is that one? I could probably find it on Hubster's timeline quicker than mine. But I do. Oh, here it is. I found it. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is Malibu, right before we got them. Look at that precious little baby. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Oh, just my eyes are tearing up now. Okay. We love them. They love us too. They're like little toddlers. They follow us everywhere. They'd be up here on this table if I would let them in. Okay, so let's see. Let's do a little bit of highlighting and details. Okay, now maybe let's do a little glow around this planet. Getting there. Maybe have one shooting star going right across there. Kind of goes on a tangent, but oh well. I know, aren't they cute? Well, my kitty's sister's 4 are walking around, and we're tentative on getting one. It's been a few years. You know, it's hard to be catless, isn't it, Beth? Hi, Joan. So this is just where I kind of just mess with all the different little shapes. And do I want a little water in this, a little waterfall in this one? Maybe, maybe. I don't think it really needs it. I think I won't put a waterfall in this one. I think it looks pretty good as is. Okay, so let's just say this one is done, although I could sit here, I literally could sit on each one for an hour just fiddling with them. Can't get too close. All right, so now I have to decide, do I want to put some, what kind of ink do I want? Do I want blue? Do I want, I think a little blue. Let me get in my inks. Hang on. I gotta go over here to the box. I got a box over here with my inks in them. Do I want this kind of blue? Let me see which one of these have some ink in it. Do I want any browns or any other colors? Let me just grab these. I don't want distressings because those will move. Let's see. Let's just play with some of these cat eyes. Let's see what I want to do. Maybe I should go with Rub and Buff. That's probably what I should do. Hang on. My Rub and Buff. Okay. We'll go with Rub and Buff. Do I want silver? No, I probably want a little bit of the blue. Let's go with this color right here. Kind of a silvery gray blue. Yes, Rub and Buff. Okay, so yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. So just lightly hit the highlights, right? Something like that, maybe. What do y'all think? I don't want to get rid of all the... It could probably use some dark around the edges. I'm going to paint the background black. Do I want some black along the edges? That will have to be with ink or paint. So I don't want to lose all my shine. So here's one with and one without. See? Till I varnish it, I can move it around. I've got to decide if I want, do I want any, like a little bit of black edge, which that means, let me just try it with a little bit of paint on my finger. Let's just see what I can do here. Not sure. Kind of like the idea of it, kind of not. Now, I just want it right on the very edge, just the slightest little black on the edges. I'm just putting that on with my finger. Don't even know if you'll be able to really see it from the front. Do you think it needs the black on the edges, guys? Let's go back maybe with a little more of the blue on the edges. I'll hold two of them up, one with and one without, and y'all can tell me. Not too much there. Okay, so here's one with it kind of edged. And here's one without anything. Now the inside's not done, but just look at the metallic part. What do you think? With or without? And again, this one hasn't been, the black hasn't been detailed in yet. So the gold's a little further out. What do y'all think? You like it with the Rub and Buff or without the Rub and Buff? And the black looks good around the edge. It gives it a little more dimension, right? I'm thinking maybe with. I mean, I could also put some other colors in there. Should I try some copper? Let's try a little bit of copper. I was going for silver. Now we're going into, I don't know. See, maybe more silver. Let's get into, that's the blue I was using. What was that one? Is that silver there? I really want more silver than coppery colors. Because I didn't have my silver paint. Remember, we're going to start with silver paint. We ended up having to go with champagne gold because I didn't have silver. You like it with the Rub and Buff. Okay. All right, so there we go. There's one. Now I'm going to varnish it so you can see what it looks like, right? You're going to love it when it's varnished. Oh, did that get a little loud? That got a little loud even for me. Okay. All right, so now, yeah. Y'all ready? I'm looking at it because once you varnish, there's no going back. I want a little bit more detail on my watch down here. Guys, I'm not looking at chat for a minute. There we go. Now remember, I don't paint the backs until after I varnish and after the varnish is dry. That way you don't get any varnish on the black matte paint. Okay, so here we go. Let me get some of this off my hands real quick. You like the edges? Okay. We'll roll with that then. Okay. So now what I do for the varnish, I take a little bit and I put it right in the middle, about the size of maybe about a dime, maybe a little bigger than a dime. It's starting to spread. And I just put the tiniest bit of water. I mean, just the tiniest little, I mean, I can't even tell you how little of a spritz I put. And all that does is help make it flow a little better. Okay. Then I just go over the whole thing, right over the top. I mean, I want to get inside those little crevices. See how it's inside there? I want to get inside those little crevices because what that does is it seals the spackle. It seals the spackle, and it'll all dry clear. But that seals the spackle to the card. You want to make sure and get in all those little crevices. See where the spackle is, I mean, where the varnish is pooling up inside. So the varnish is pooling up under the spackle. Now I'll just make sure it's all smooth. Go right over the top of the spackle. So the top of the spackle is varnished as well. And then you set this aside and it'll dry perfectly clear. Okay, I need another baby wipe. So now I set this aside, and when it dries, the varnish will look like that. Oops, sorry. It'll look like that once it's dry. Because it's cloudy right now, right? Thank you, Natalie. So there's one. Now, after the varnish is dried, and I usually let it sit overnight to make sure it's 100% dry, because I don't want to mail anything that has damp varnish, because then you're going to get it stuck to the envelope. Or, well, I put them inside of a card. But and so after this is completely dry, I'll turn it over and paint the background black and sign it and date it and put my little stars like this on the back. Okay. So there we go. So there's one done out of 30. Okay. So let's move that over here. I have my parchment on the floor. All right, let's do another one. Yeah, so this is what I will be doing all day. So if anybody is Janet wants to stream today, or anybody, let me know. This is what I was going to do without you guys. With or without you guys, this is what I was going to do. So I think what I'm going to do, while I have my black paint here, and so it doesn't dry out, I'm going to go ahead and go around each one. This is my little, assembly line. I'm going to get in there and see how I'm going right up inside there to get right up to the spackle, or any too big of stars or anything else that's splattered. So I'm going to go ahead and go around, because then I can kind of read chat too while I do this part. And just go around and get up tight with the black. Patty comes on 9 p.m. tonight, 11 a.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m. Sunday. Now she's showing the new stencils. And I don't know what else. She might be showing some other new stuff too. That's just all I'm aware of. Y'all can, tell what she's got going on. All right, so there we go. So now see the difference between this one the paint's been tucked up underneath the spackle, and this one hasn't been done yet. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here with each one. And I can kind of glance over at chat while I'm doing this, because this is like muscle memory here. No thought, no real thinking to this part. Just doing the edging. I knew she was demoing. We talked about that, Jean. You weren't here. You were here late, Jean. Yes, we talked about that. So having Joan's new stencil designs on our show. Yes, we put links and everything in there, sassy pants. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. How you been? Don't remember Linda. I think she lived close to Blade. She'd been on Blade's show, on Jonathan's show a few times. Okay, I'm trying to get this smooth around this planet. Do y'all remember Linda Israel? Good to see you. And then, of course, I'll go in here with stars and planets and more detail, watches, clouds, mist. But right now, I'm just doing the edging by the spackle. Okay. Now, you said you likely weren't streaming. Yes, I know, Jean. And I wasn't. I wasn't going to stream today. But then I said, I've got to get all these art cards done, so I'll just turn on the camera. So, yes, you're right, Sassy. I stand corrected. I wasn't going to stream. And if anybody else is streaming or anything going on, feel free to talk about your channels. You can even talk about if you have an Etsy, like we've talked about BDI Beth. I know I don't know if she has new stuff in her Etsy, but I think she's still selling her stuff. But y'all feel free. Y'all can talk about your stuff. We don't care. Okay, so there's that. And see how that kind of looks good from all angles, right? When it's in a circle. There's one little place I'm getting. There we go. Kimberly, are you next? Are you by the coast where the hurricane is? BDI Beth said her Etsy is still open due to friends freaking out when she said she was closing it. Okay. You can you can't put a direct link, but you can put the name. Is it just BDI Beth on Etsy? Only mods can put links. So, but if you can tell that your exact name on your Etsy. I'm waiting to see where the hurricane. Yeah, Aunt B. I know. We love our Mary. We put her link in there a little bit ago. We were bragging on our Mary. And if y'all take any class, I know Jean's going to be taking, and probably Eileen too. They signed up for, is it Wanderlust? What are those classes y'all take? Y'all, you can share classes. We want everybody to try. Whether they take a class, whether they just watch people. Okay, I'm going to have to go over that probably with a pencil. Let me see if I can. That is a little wonky right there on that arch. There we go. I want to blend that in anyway, so we'll just kind of, it's too much blend. with those little edges, the edges of the arch, because I'm going to have water coming off of this one. I might stop and, well, I'll do this one next so I can show you. I'm going to do a waterfall off of that. So let's go ahead and do the rest of the edging on these. Then we'll come back to that one. It's a year class. Hi, Kimberly. All things. And again, guys, if there's any of y'all that have had to, like Beth, she had to go to her relative's house to get away from the hurricane. I'll stay safe. Can you show Nora's? Oh, yes, I sure can. It's hanging on my wall. I redid my room just so I had room to hang that Norma's pour, her acrylic pour painting. I redid my room so I had a space to hang that because I have no wall space. All my walls are shelves, and the only wall that didn't have a floor-to-ceiling shelf had stacks of mini shelves with all my inks. So I moved all my inks over to another shelf, which meant rearranging a lot of stuff. So now I had a little wall space to hang Norma's. Let me get any paint off my hands here. Yeah, Norma's pour. And I also have to hang Jean's. If someone will remind me, I'll try to move the camera way back when I'm done here and show Jean's illusion knitting. She illusion knitted me Mona Lisa on a Afghan, people. If y'all haven't seen it. But I had it hanging over my closet over here, and I had to take it down when I rearranged, when I gave Cameron my drafting table and chair and got in the closet. So I had to move it. I haven't hung it back up yet. So hang on. Let me get it off the wall. So this is what Norma did with an Norma Limo. This is an acrylic pour. If y'all don't know what that is, you'll have to go do it because I don't do acrylic pours. But this is one of her acrylic pours that she sent. And she does it on a canvas. Look, it's on a canvas board and then put in a frame. Yes, I know Mona has to keep an eye on me, right? I have my Mona print of the Mona Lisa hanging on the wall next to next to Norma's painting. We have Mona Lisa. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Oh, thank you, Dawn. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Isn't it? I love it. And look how it's varnished and everything. But look at just look at it. Look at that detail. Right? So if you've never seen people do acrylic pours, P-O-U-R-S, pour, like you pour, then you can see how they're done. So Norma did this. She did one for me, Zandra, Jean. She did one, I think she did one for Jean. She did one for Janet. So anyway, yeah. So it hangs up here on my wall next to my Mona Lisa print because Mona is my muse. Let me hang that back up on the wall there. Yeah. I know, isn't it awesome? Okay, those are done. I say done. What I just mean is the back, the background. It's stunning. Love it. Jean, do you have a picture of it? Jean has I have the photo. It's in my phone somewhere. But Jean has a photo. I wonder how I could find it quickly. Jean can post it. She's a mod. A picture of her illusion, Mona Lisa. Do you have it handy, Jean? Can you post a picture of it? Okay, yeah, send it to me, but I also want you to put the link. Well, if you have a link, Well, no, because your Twitter's private. Okay, yeah, just send it to me, Jean, and I'll show it here. I'll show the picture. Okay, so there we go. So again, I still have to do all the detail, the waterfalls, the nebula, the stars, the planets, the watch hands, because see, I'll paint all these out. So I'll paint all this out and put my own watch hands and all. Could leave the date thing in there if I want a little bit. So I'll do more detail. I don't want to do all that right now. Right now I'm concentrating on doing the edges. So I'm just calling these my little art discs. People are out there doing ATC coins, artist trading card coins, and they're like 2.5 circumference. These are 3.5. So to show you the difference between a 2.5 and a 3.5, it's a big difference. That's a big difference between a 2.5 and a 3.5. Okay, thanks, Jean. Yeah, as soon as I see it, as soon as you tell me you posted it, I'll go on Twitter. It's amazing, guys. If you can, and it's hard to believe that if you look straight at the knitting, if you look straight at it, you can kind of see a little bit of an outline of Mona. But when you go to the side of it, she completely shows up. So yeah, I wanted to get about 20 or 30, however many. I think I have 20, maybe it's 25. I wanted to get 25 of these done today so that they'll be ready to go out in the mail on Monday. Because the varnish, they have to sit overnight to varnish. Then after their varnish is dry, I go back and paint the backgrounds black. So that takes a little bit more drying. Then I have to go sign them all. Then I have to address all the envelopes. So it's a 2-day process to send them all out, which I don't mind. You guys are awesome. Okay. Send it to me. Okay, let me go on my Twitter. Hang on, guys. I'll show it to you. I know you have a picture of the front of it, Jean. Do we have an angle picture too? Can we see it from both angles? Let me go over here. Oh, good. It is a multi-picture. Okay. So here is what, let me turn the light down so it shows up. Hang on. So here's what it looks like if you just look straight on. See how you can kind of see the image of Mona in there? Now this is a blanket, guys. It's like 5 foot tall. More maybe. It's probably about 4 by 5 feet. Feet, people. It's a blanket. It's an Afghan size. Okay, so if you look straight at it, this is it. And then if you look at it a little bit from the side, and then here's it from the side. Can y'all see? It's an illusion. It's called illusion knitting. And then here's it from a full side. So if you're looking like standing completely at an angle, then this is what it looks like. So that she appears. Illusion knitting. Now, mind you, this is done from a pattern by a woman with 10% vision. Let's go back to the first one. So this is what it looks like when you look at it straight on. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, she didn't have to worry about paint on her hands. Yeah, Eileen. involved a lot of counting stitches. I mean, it's like a lifetime achievement, isn't it? So I have it hanging on my room. It covers a double door closet. I have it like on a rod thing over the top of my closet. The rod sits on top of my closet and hangs over a double door closet. That's how big it is. But I had to take it down because it's my closet that I really never use. It has my old artwork all the way back from high school and stuff. So I don't really get in that closet much. So I don't mind it covering something up. I mean, I don't mind the doors being covered up. But I had to take it down because it was right by my drafting table that I gave to Cameron. And then I wanted to do a little cleaning in there. So I took it down for a minute. So yeah. So here we go again. This is what it looks like straight on. And then as you go sideways to it, she appears. It's stunning, people. Yes, she does get the knitting Emmy, doesn't she, Pacola? I love my Mona illusion knitting. I don't know if you call it a blanket or an Afghan, but oh my gosh. I know. Our jean's pretty awesome, I'm telling you. So again, I'm just kind of going around the spackle here. No, all I've done is a collage in the here. I haven't done any other than a little bit of star splatter. I haven't done any detail on the inside here yet. It's like a little assembly line. Just kind of looking to make sure I get all the crevices. I had to catch up on Dee Dee's kind mail, and she sent me the last 6 years. Oh, thank you, Jean. You're just so awesome. I mean, but that is a special lifetime gift. I'm telling you. You never have to send me anything ever again, Jean, once you send me that. I'm serious. That is just really it's just you have to almost see it to believe it. Oh, I got a hair glued in there. One of my hairs glued. We don't want to glue any hair in the varnish. And again, this will end up being painted in, blended in, because I want to put my own watch hands. I don't want them at 10 after 10. I want them where I want them. So I'll fix that too. I'll get in here with pencil. So I can shade in there with pencil. I just want to get all the edging done. I only got one left here. I'm trying to design Beethoven for yourself. Oh my gosh, Jean. So will you design it and print it out yourself, your own pattern? Girl. That Jean can do some stuff with those SVG files and whatever else. All those digi math ones. What's that other program? Inkscape and that's a plan after Christmas. Right now you're crocheting for Christmas, so no time. Yeah. Jean makes a lot of her family's gifts, blankets and crocheting and paintings. She did a trip. Was it a triptych that you did for, was it for your mom? Did you, who ended up with that painting, Jean, after your mom passed? Your sister? Or did you get it back? The painting you did in Canada, what was it? Something rock? What's it called? You did a few, so I might be thinking of the wrong one to the wrong person, but Peggy's Cove. Peggy's Cove, yeah. How far are you, Jean, from Prince Edward's Island area? I don't know if you watch Bailey J, but Bailey J went with her family or some of her family to Prince Edward Island for a vacay. And I thought, I think that's somewhere way up there where Jean lives, up on Mars. Is that up on Mars, Jean? So she can send links. I'm about 2 hours from. Oh, okay. Because she if someone wants to show me something, just send it to me on Twitter and I'll post it. I'll just post it on I'll just show the picture. I don't really want to do any more mods. I got my 9. Got enough mods. So yeah. My niece has got the clay mixed media diptych. Okay, so your niece has got it. Okay. Thanks, Jean. Yeah. Yeah, just send me pictures if y'all want me to. I don't mind showing pictures on if you follow me on Twitter. Okay, so now what I want to do with this one is I want to do a little bit of show how to do the waterfall. All right, so I got all these base coated all the way to the edge. I'll show you the one that we got finished that has varnish on it. These are all, the black is right up to the edge on each one of these. Okay, including this one. Let me clean my brush. Here's the one that's finished and varnish is still cloudy on it. See how it's kind of milky around the edges? So it'll take a few hours to completely dry. But the varnish all the way up in the crevices there, that will help hold the spackle from going anywhere. Like here, let me show you some of these. Like these right here, these we did with the Egyptian, made it look like old Egyptian parchment. This. I got more sitting around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where they are. Okay, so I'm waiting on Jean or somebody to tell me, go like Twitter, go find out Norma's Etsy. Oh, Norma's Etsy link. Thank you. Yeah, Jean, thank you. Yeah, Norma has a new Etsy. So Jean just put it in there. Thanks, Jean. I wasn't quite sure what y'all wanted to link. Okay, so now this one right here, I want to paint, and I did clean my brush, hopefully pretty well. Let's make sure. Let's not snap the brush in half. Okay, so now I'm going to start by, I'm going to put a little bit of the gold, I think. That silvery gold, if there's any of it still wet. There we go, there's a little spot. I just want to kind of put some of that over the watch. I want to get rid of the name and the hands and all that, because I'm going to draw my own in there. So I'm just kind of using a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the white, because it's kind of like a pearlescent, watch face. So do that. All right, now let's get a little bit of pencil. Let me get a little of my blue. Let's see, I think I'm going to try to keep the nebula on the inside of the arch here. So we'll just put a little bit. Like that. And a little bit. I'm going to get in here with some white. I have to do that with the Posca. I have to set it down to do a line. I can shade in the air, but I can't draw lines in the air. So we'll do a couple more of these before we go. Yeah, I'm okay. I got some juice, honey. Thank you. So we're doing these. Yeah, that is fun. All right, now I think I'll take a little of the blue and go on the outside edge. I would like to let the cats in after I pick up the paint so they can come up on the desk, because that's exactly where they'll come up. Oh, wait. I can't, because I got to move that. Well, I'd have to move my spackle stuff off the floor. Okay, so just putting a little detail in there. What did you use for the borders? The spackle here, Mary? Just some spackle, DAP, spackling. And so it looks like this. This is what it looks like when we start with just the spackle on there. This is two thicknesses, a black and a white piece of cardstock glued together. Then this white spackle. And then you have to let it dry really at least probably 6 hours. I let it dry overnight usually, but I want to get these done. So when it's no longer cold to the touch, it's usually dry. It takes, I give it at least 6 hours. And then I painted it with the metallic. I was going to go with silver, but I couldn't find my silver. So we went with champagne gold. Okay, champagne gold. Black is in the back. And this is just all my usual art card collaging type thing. And then after all that was done, then I put some rub and buff. I'm just kind of rehashing here. Some rub and buff on top of the painted spackle. And then I put a coat of varnish, which I use the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. And make sure and get it up in the crevices. Make sure and get it up in the crevices so that's kind of like you're helping to seal that spackle, you know? And yeah. And so here's one that's kind of done and dry. This one I chipped, though. I didn't finish getting that one done. So that's kind of where we are. So again, let me go ahead and do a little rub and buff on this one while we're sitting here. I'm using the blue, kind of a blue-gray here. And just kind of putting a little bit on the top here. On the top of the, what do you call it? The bumps. And then what I did is I also put some black paint right on the edges, because I'm going to paint the backs black after the varnish. After they're varnished and the varnish is dry, I will paint the backs black. The reason I don't do it ahead of time is when you varnish, especially the way I do it with my fingers, right? You can get the shiny varnish on the back of the matte, because this is matte paint. And if you get varnish on top of the matte paint, it will leave a stain, like a shiny stain, right? So I do that after. So a little bit there, maybe just a little bit more blue. And then I varnish over everything, Mary, including the spackle, up inside the little edges and also over the top. Kind of seals everything together with the varnish. So there's kind of the edging, sort of like that. All right, so now let me go back in here and do some more pencil, and I want to do a little waterfall on this one. I got my watch hands I want to do. So let's see. Let's get in here with some black edge right there. Smooth that out. Then I'll go with my white here. Put a few extra stars. I did start with the splatter. I did splatter some stars on here, but you know, some of them got painted over. So let's put some more in there. Put a few white ones. Maybe a little orange where the hands are going to be. And then, okay, that Posca, that orange Posca is wet. So let me dry that. Okay, so I'll do the waterfall first and then the hands over the top of the waterfall. So let's do a little bit of, my paint's starting to crust over here. It's getting dry. All right, so let's see here. Do it subtle. Don't, you know, especially something that's little. You want to do stuff real subtly. If it gets too thick, I'll go back in there with black paint. It's a little much. Let me get a smaller brush. Tiny brush. Should dip that in water first. Uh-oh. Let's go with this one. You guys, I'm not looking at chat for just a second. Oh, wait. If anyone wants to make their own mixed media modeling paste to mimic the effect of spackling. So Julie just put in a formula for you guys. Oh, Ellen is asking a question. What was the question? Was it Ellen or Eileen? Eileen is asking a question, or Ellen? Ask the question again. Ellen. Okay. I don't know how far back it is. Let me see if I can scroll back some. Looking. Ellen, what type of pencils? Oh, I'm just using Prismacolor. They're just Prismacolor pencils. Yeah. Sorry, guys. When I'm doing this tiny stuff like this, I'm having to really, you know, hold my breath because it's tiny. Let's see which way do I want to go with this one. Okay. I'm going to set it down for a second so I can get this straight. Just want a little dry brush thing going on here. I don't like this side. It makes it look like a hairdo or something. I didn't want that to happen. Let's go back with the black paint. Let me clean my brushes. with the round thing, it makes it look like a face with hair, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to get rid of that whole thing right there. There we go. Put a planet over there. Okay, let's try this. So I'll make it look like that nebula is coming out from the arch. And then maybe a planet over, let's see, let's do right there. Go back in here with this white. I could have just probably done it all with the Posca, but okay, let me dry that, and then I can put in my watch hands. Hey, Jan. Okay. I want it to look like it's kind of breaking through that planet. This one can go under the water. Dry that. A little bit of okay. Maybe a little bit of orange. This could use some color in that. Could use a little teal color. Just gonna put a drop, just a drop. Okay, so now this one, as soon as I dry it, we can varnish this one, and then I guess we'll go. I'm going to take a break and go eat, and then I'll come back and work, and this is what I'll be doing today. All right, any questions or anything, guys? I'm going to do this last varnish on this one. I'm not liking that one little spot right there. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Oh, thanks, Mary. Thanks, Mary. Okay, let's make sure it's dry. We'll put our varnish coat on this one. And we have two complete, well, I say completed. The backs aren't done, but we got everything done on. So I just put about the size of maybe a nickel. And then a little, just a tiniest squirt of water just to get it to flow, just to get it to really move easy. So that I can get it up under all the cracks. See, I'm just kind of letting it kind of roll into all the cracks there. I want to make sure it's up under the spackle. It's going to look milky, but it dries 100% clear. Okay, then I'm just going to run my finger over the top of all the spackle. So it's all completely covered, but especially up under the cracks. See how it flows up under the spackle? So that will seal it so that the spackle is less likely to crack. Again, you could take this and crack it in half and it's going to ruin, right? But thanks, CB. All right, so there's that one. This one is getting drier. So you can see already, see the difference already in the color, the clearness of the varnish. This one we just put down and it's milky. See how this one's already starting to clear up. Although if you look real close, you can still see milky areas. But so yeah. So that's where we're heading. We're heading that way with about, I'm not sure, I did 12, 20. I'd say about 30. I have about 30 to do today. And we got 2 done. Well, we got farther along because, I mean, we got, this based in. So, yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you, G. Thanks, guys. Dripping with awesome thanks, stars. And remember, guys, when you're watching other people, I know you guys do because y'all are all sweet. But, make sure when you're watching other streamers, there's a lot of time that goes into, even all you're seeing is the live streaming here. You don't see the prep, the cleanup, the, checking on the videos, the commenting, and that's whether they're live or if they do a recording. So make sure and love your streamers and your YouTubers. Okay. Give them love. Give them love. And remember on Monday, let me clean my hands off. I did do a little test thing. I did one of those test send outs to all the people that ring your bell, that follow you. So apparently it did work. I hadn't done it before, where I sent out a notification that on Monday we'll be streaming the books that Melody sent. I only did a quick little flip through them all. There's 5 of them. And they're big, thick books. And they're sketching from the imagination, characters, sci-fi, fantasy, dark art, and the other one is just the one, like just sketching from your imagination, like sketching. So there's 5 of these books, and we're going to do, I'm not going to read every page. There's 50 artists in each book with profiles on each of the artists and all their awesome art. So we're going to look through these on Monday. And I'll probably read a couple of profiles and whatever, just to, Melody sent these books and I love them and I want to share them, show them. And so we're going to do this on Monday. And then Wednesday, because I don't like to do giveaways on Monday. I like to announce them. I like to announce giveaways on Monday and do them on Wednesday. So Wednesday we'll be giving away, Kenny sent us 2 copies of Mythographic. So we're going to give away one of these on next Wednesday. So there's the updates on what's coming up. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. For those that are in the path of, well, you won't be listening to me if you're probably in the path of the hurricane. But if you're staying with relatives and you've evacuated, y'all, everybody stay safe. Drive home carefully when you get to go home. Thanks, Jan. I love your Instagram, Jan. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's a sketching library. Exactly, Julie Topaz. And so, yeah, it'll be a good week. Everybody make it a good weekend. Do a project so we can share, and you can share with each other on Monday. Make it a thing. Make it a goal. Post if you don't have an IG, a Twitter, a Face, some place to post your art. My IG is pretty much just for my art pictures. I don't chat over there. I don't talk over there. I just post art pictures and the occasional cat. So, even if you just make an IG and Instagram for just posting your artwork so we can all see it and share it and talk about it. So, okay, guys, well, y'all have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you, mods, Ian, Picola, Julie Topaz, Eileen, Jean. I know I'm missing somebody. I have that's who's here today. Ian. Yeah, that's who's here today. So thank you, mods, for all that y'all do. All right, guys. Bye.